The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Bulls. The big man with a touch as soft as a feather. Nikola Vucevic getting locked in and ready to lead the way for his team as they assemble themselves for basketball at Barclays Center. Bulls, Nets, up next. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. We've got White. Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Rose. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Williams is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Johnson. Well, Greg, this matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court. Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight. Now, here's Sharp. It's stolen. Fast break, here they come. And it's Dosunmu with the jam. That's a double whammy, guys. That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Johnson. The kick out to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked loose. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Johnson gets the bucket. And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low. Outside Rose. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. He was all alone on that one. Johnson's got 5 now.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Rose, good.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Johnson against White. Pass to Porter. Inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get himself.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. We're going to put that one on the highlight reel because when you're ranking the best ball handlers in the league, Rose's name is going to be mentioned.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And the dunk by Rose.
It's the aggressiveness of Derrick Rose, a guy who is relentless when he wants to attack, trying to bend your will to his.
Porter, a screen on Rose. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Chicago trailing here. Outside, White. They set the screen. Back to Rose. Pass to Vucevic. Now White. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Pass to Porter. Launches a three. Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Rose, no good. Nets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Sharp with it. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Sharp with this screen on Rose. Shoots. Chicago grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And in their season series against this squad last year, very lopsided in their favor.
Over in the corner, Williams. Sharp sets the pick for Williams. Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. With the shot. And again, it's the Nets missing. So the Bulls, their last game, a win against the Magic. Pass to White. Here's Dosunmu. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
The free throw drops for Dosunmu. So we're still in the early days here of this season, but Doris, for teams getting a slow start, how worried should they be?
Well, wins and losses matter no matter when they happen, so obviously there's always a little concern. But some of this is about, do we have our full contingent of players? Is there anyone that's starting out coming off an off-season surgery? You have to figure out the context of the slow start in order to gauge how concerned you are.
Here's Rose.
How about the body control from Rose? Took it right at the defender and got it to go.
It's the Nets now, trailing by 5. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Make some noise for your Brooklyn Nets.
And Brooklyn making a change. Conley's checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Herter's checked in. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Pass to Herter. Lets it go. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Nets trail by 3. And here's Sharp. Last game he had 10 points. Here's Clowney. There's the 3. Buzelis grabs the board.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
That's tipped. Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Fires for three. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Rose. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 10 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Nets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. On the wing, Porter. Pass to Johnson. 5 on the clock. From the arc. Some solid defense from Rose. Chicago leading. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Pulls up, high post, and it goes down 2 points. 12 points for him.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Sharp trying to break free. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Vucevic.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. The Bulls leading by 3. Rose in the post, and Rose throws it down hard.
I'd say he gets on a roll, you better watch out. Rose is having a tremendous night. He's been relentless attacking.
Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically. Like the aggressiveness there.
Here's Johnson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And he sinks the second. Rose with the ball. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Here's White. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. White's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And love the commitment from White. Took the bump, went up strong, and rewarded with 2 points. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Now here's Rose. He's got 14. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Bulls. Bulls making a switch here. Picked by Vucevic. Oh, Vucevic in position.
Nikola Vucevic skilled at rolling hard to the rim after setting the screen. That is a smart play.
They've got Michael Porter. Wilson out there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Sharp, and it's Clowney in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the court.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, "My potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by." Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream. Rose kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Dosunmu. Clock at 6. Rose dishes to White. Shoots over man. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Rose.
Beautiful touch there. Give White these types of looks consistently, and he's going to make you pay.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Jacks up a 3. The shot by Wilson, no good.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
There's Rose with the 3. The rebound by Sharp.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Now, man, he has 7. From 10 feet out, here's Clowney. Off target from three-point range. Chicago leading by 5. Here's Dosunmu. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Dosunmu's got 8 points here in this quarter.
The vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Here's Johnson. He's got 11. Pass to Sharp. Fires from deep. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Rose passes to Williams. And the Bulls, another 3.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And a wide open look for Porter. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Rose, and he slams it down right on top of Michael Porter.
Another one for Derrick Rose. This is a flashback to when he used to do this on a nightly basis.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 53% in the second quarter. Good ball movement, yielding good looks. Outside, Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with the 3. And it's White with the rebound. Chicago's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Pass to Sharp. Down low. They need this. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for White. Last year, getting it done. He was around 19 points per game last year, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him. And Williams drops them both. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
Johnson against White. Pass to Sharp. Outside Porter. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Williams. Over Williams. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Rose.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
There is a persistence and a willingness to seek contact and still finish by Derrick Rose. Nicely done.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Derrick Rose, 1 time on the line.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Pass to Porter. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. And finished off by Porter.
He is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Outside Rose. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Keon Johnson did not like that.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Pass to Sharp. 50 seconds left in the first half. Got it. Good job in the low post. 18 points for him. There's 37 seconds left in the second quarter. White the pass to Rose. Takes the three. The rebound by the Nets. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Now, you don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
Back to Collins. Outside Williams. Outside Rose. Pulls it from the elbow. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for Chicago. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Please direct your attention to center court.
Good to see you, and welcome.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage.
Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the first half.
When you have two players going at each other like this, it becomes a point of pride. That's when the sparks fly. That's when it gets interesting.
For us and for the fans watching. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to be...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
So for Chicago right now, Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's White, and it's Vucevic in at the center. Nets trail by 15, and the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
shoots it.
Well, the active hands of Derrick Rose. Really good job making that offensive player uncomfortable.
The Bulls leading by 15. Outside Rose. Brooklyn with the rebound. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. To the paint, here's Sharp. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
On the wing, Dosunmu. Pass to Vucevic. On its way from Rose for 2. Rebound, Brooklyn. Sharp's got his 4th rebound in this one. First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. It's stolen by Buzelis. To the middle. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Buzelis. Vucevic has got 6.
They're just great poise from the big man. Vucevic sticks with his shot even while being defended well.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA?
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Pass to Buzelis. From past the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. And the Bulls lead by 15.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Porter. Takes a three. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Rose. To the left side wing. Tries yet again. And it's good off the back rim and in. Rose has got 31.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Rose throws it down hard.
And one of the all-time high risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose can still throw it down.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Jones checked. Mans checked in for Williams. And the Bulls making a change also. Rose, he's checked in for White. High post, Johnson. Sharp finds Johnson. Pass to Porter. A 3-ball. Traps in the tray. Porter's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Sharp out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Terrence Mann. Williams, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Bulls also changing it up. White, he's checked in for Okoro. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jones. Outside Rose. Pass to White. Now Buzelis. Rose with the ball. He's guarded by Johnson. Buzelis sets a screen for Rose. Shoots over Johnson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Rose has got 35 in the game. Now here's Porter. This one for 3. Up again. Offensive rebound. Pass to Johnson. Back to Porter. Sharp sets the pick for Porter. Shoots over Dosunmu. Offensive rebound. And it's Sharp missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Right side Rose. And Rose throws it down.
We know this about Derrick Rose. He never ducks these moments. He's fearless, this guy.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Pass to Williams. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3-ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Porter, poked loose. The kick out to Williams. Nets passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Bulls. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Rose has got 39.
Well, this guy is such a strong decision maker. Derrick Rose with the mid-range jumper. Yes, that's in my bag as well.
Outside, Porter. White against Johnson. The tray. Chicago grabs the miss. Buzelis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Rose surveying the D. Back to White. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Here's Porter. Johnson outside. Pass to Porter. Here's Sharp. Vucevic defending and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Now here's Rose. He's tightly guarded. Puts the move on, and Rose throws it down hard.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. During that last break, I heard Jordi Fernandez as he talked with his team. Now, Coach told his guys, it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Porter kicks to Williams. Johnson, a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3 ball, why do you keep firing from there?
We can probably expect to see him slow it down.
And Derrick Rose, accustomed to carrying a team offensively, taking and making big shots down the stretch. Nothing new to him.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. .24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Porter. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Johnson. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they foul intentionally.
Number 24. First personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
From deep 3-point territory, off target. So the Bulls win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Derrick Rose.
Starting at point guard, at 6'3".
And already, Coach, some teams have found their rhythm, while some others seem to be way off to start.
Well, Brian, that can be for a lot of different reasons. Maybe you've changed your system from the year before. Maybe you've changed your roster significantly. Maybe you have some guys who didn't come in as ready as they could be due to conditioning or injury. Every situation, every team has a different set of challenges.
So here are the Jazz starting five. Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. Collier is out there with George. And it's Kessler in at the center position. Now here's Dosunmu. Inside, here's Rose. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket for a high percentage look.
To the middle. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Outside White. And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Three-pointer, Vucevic. Pure from three-point range.
Working it to Vucevic, and he does not hesitate.
Here's Collier. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one's on Rose.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Utah shooting their initial free throws of the game here. That free throw no good. Good on the second one. Will stand since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022. The Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Here's Collier. After the basket by Chicago. Basket counts.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Rose. Last time, 45 points for him. It's good.
5 straight buckets to start the game. Off to a hot start.
Pass to Markkanen. Let's go with a 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
Kessler against Rose. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
An excellent finisher who loves to bring the intensity. Rose will challenge anybody at the rim.
It's his first trip to the line, and the first one at the line is good. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league, and when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Now here's Collins. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Pass to Collier. Just 5 to shoot, and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. And let's take this chance to call out our Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Derrick Rose.
Yeah, it's clear that he's a key aspect of their offensive success. His decisions with the ball are what creates opportunities for himself and the rest of his teammates.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And it's Utah with the ball. Chicago making their last shot.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And there's White. That's good on the assist from Rose.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
And there's the drive. Collier, no good. Bulls leading by 9. Outside White. Pass to Rose. Down low. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Rose. And let's take a look now at some numbers for Kobe White. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Collier. Knocks it loose. And it's stolen by Rose. Soft touch off the glass. Rose has got 12 points in the game.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Here's Collier, guarded by Rose. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
You know, it's great to see Rose out there. After all those injuries, Derrick still has a passion for the game.
And that one falls for Rose. Will stand for the Bulls. The DeRozan, Levine, Vucevic era didn't lead to the playoff success they'd hoped for.
No, Brian, 2 losses in the play-in tournament and just 1 playoff appearance, which resulted in a quick first-round exit. Changes were definitely necessary.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Utah grabs the miss. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Jazz trail by 12. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Here's Collier. He's covered by Dosunmu. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Kessler. Nifty move. And the layup is up and in. Kessler's got his second bucket on the night.
And Kessler is so smart down there. Focuses on taking high percentage shots within his range.
Now here's Rose. 16 points for him. Good D by Kessler.
Yeah, he tried to adjust, but he got smothered. Good defense.
Oh, the block just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's Rose. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Rose is got 18 points in the game.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
And Rose has got the ball here for Chicago. It's a 10-point game. Utah grabs the miss. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year. Here's Collier, guarded by Rose. For 3. Rose grabs the board.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And that one, good. Rose has got 20.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Here's Collier, guarded by Rose. Collins with a screen on Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Collier, no good.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
That one falls. He's got 22.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Jazz trail by 14. Pass to Markkanen. To the paint. Here's Bailey. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Here's Rose. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Here's Collier. Chicago making their last shot. To the middle. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
So good to see Markkanen using force on his finish.
Now Rose. 24 points for him. Here's Vucevic. Again, the Bulls score.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Collier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Smith, he's checked in for Chicago. Now here's Rose. Not a lot of room. Takes the 3. The rebound by Filipowski.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Now here's Rose. Beyond the arc. No good there. Now shooting 10 for 15 on the game.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Pass to Filipowski. Collins with it. With the drive. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
And how about our AT&T 5G Slam Cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. Now here's White. Coming in off a 14-point game last time out. There's a minute 47 left in the opening quarter. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Jalen Smith. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Bulls.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Here's Rose, and that one's good. Rose has got 26 points.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Jazz trail by 7. 1:19 left to play in the first. Pass to Bailey. The 3 is up. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Rose. From downtown. Sinks it from distance. That's 29 for him.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Here's Bailey. Oh, there's the alley. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree, Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
Utah making a switch here. Nurkic just checked in. That one misses. Such a skilled big. 6'10" Nikola Vucevic. He can beat you up in the post, or he can step back and hit a 3-stand.
Yeah, Brian, and he's an excellent passer as well. Throughout his career, Vucevic's teams have been very good offensively, and his versatility is a big reason for that.
Here's Mikhailuk. Utah with another miss. Rose right side. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And that one falls for Rose. And so Rose knocks them both down.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
So as we end the first quarter, already a